Viewer beware, you're in for a scare. What's up, chums? Sharky here. A couple of friends and I have put together this video of scary or weird or paranormal experiences that have happened to us. Let's just be honest, like, summer's over, bring on the Halloween stuff. I'd just like to say thanks to Kaylani Burb and Vesper Starwolf, Nathara the Dragon, for sharing your experiences. So I'm going to share my experiences first, and then I'm going to kind of hand it off to some of my friends. I have a couple of small weird experiences that happened to me when I was a kid, but I did have a few memorable experiences. This one time we lived in a house that was super tiny, and it was kind of in a smaller part of town. My sister was a baby and I was about 5 years old. I remember always feeling really uncomfortable in that house. I don't personally believe in ghosts, which is kind of a topic for a different video, but basically I believe in demons and I believe in angels, and I kind of believe that demons pretend that they're ghosts of people, but I always felt really uncomfortable in that house. I remember this one time I had this little glass and iron turtle lamp that was on my nightstand, and I was sitting there one day and it just all of a sudden burst, and it made this really loud popping sound, and it really made me jump. It really scared me. I wasn't hurt or anything. It was across the room, but I watched it burst essentially, and my dad came into the room and he was like, "What was that sound?" And I just kind of pointed to the lamp. Nothing hit it. I mean, it's possible that maybe it overheated. I never really knew how to explain that one. Also, in that house, I used to be really uncomfortable sleeping in my own room. When I was little, I was afraid of the dark, so I slept with a nightlight, and I didn't like to be by myself in the house at all. I mean, my parents never left me alone because I was only 5, but I didn't like being alone at night to sleep. I just don't know why. My room was always so dark, so I would ask my mom if I could sleep in the living room, and she would let me. We had a futon in there that kind of folded out into a bed, so I would sleep in there a lot. And I remember as I was trying to fall asleep, I would always hear whispering. I don't know if it was auditory or if it was in my head, but I always felt like somebody was mocking me in my ear and whispering to me. That house in general, I just didn't like it. We had mice all the time in that house, and I mean, we weren't dirty people. The house was clean, but we just got a lot of bugs and a lot of mice in that house. Another experience I had when I was younger was there was this one day where my dad wasn't home, he was at work, and my mom and I went to the mall. I had this glass picture frame in my room. It had Disney characters on it, a poster that was on the wall in a glass frame. And this thing was secured to the wall, so there's no way that it could have just fallen off due to a weak nail or something. And it had been there for a while. We didn't just put it up. There was no one home, and we came home and the picture frame was on the ground and there was glass everywhere. It had just shattered. It was crazy. We had to clean it out of the carpet and everything. It was a mess. The last thing from when I was really young, it's kind of what led me to my fear of dolls. But I had a Cabbage Patch doll, which was a huge fad in the 90s and early 2000s. And I had a Cabbage Patch doll with pink hair that blinked. If you shook it a little bit, its eyes would blink like this, up and down, you know what a blink is. Anyways, so I had a toy box that I would put all of my stuffed animals and dolls on top of, they were sitting on it. And before this happened, I played with dolls. Played with Barbies, I played with Cabbage Patch dolls, baby dolls, stuff like that. I had no problem with that. But after this happened, I kind of became afraid of dolls. But I remember laying in my bed one night and I looked over to the toy box. The doll's eyes were moving from side to side, it was looking around the room, and it really, really scared me. It scared me so bad that I like jumped out of bed and I went to my parents' room and I like jumped into bed with them and was like crying, and they just assumed that it was a nightmare and it was fine. So, but they let me sleep in their bedroom, but I was like scared to go in my room. That was in the same house as the poster that fell off the wall. So those two houses, I don't know what was going on there, but like that was probably some of the weirdest stuff that happened to me when I was a kid. And then my last story is something that happened more recently. This was like 2 years ago. I was recording a video one night and I was by myself. My grandparents weren't home and I lived with them at the time. They were at a church thing at like 8 o'clock at night and I was home alone and I was doing a video. All of a sudden I heard like 2 loud knocks, and it was loud enough that it made me stop talking. My grandparents have a dog, like a very small little yappy dog that freaks out over anything, and if there's ever somebody at the front door, she will like bark and freak out. So like I crept into the living room and I left the lights off. I didn't turn any of the lights on, but I had like my phone, and I came into the kitchen where the front door was, and I kind of just like peeked through the blinds and there was nobody there. Like there was nobody outside. The motion light that comes on when somebody walks by, that wasn't on. There was no one home and no one around the house at all. And the dog was like sleeping. And I haven't been able to explain that since. And what's really weird is like my grandparents came home shortly after, and I asked them, it was like 5 minutes later they came home, and I was like, did you guys knock on the front door? And they were like, no, like that wasn't us. That's just some of the scariest experiences that I've ever had, whether it be paranormal or not, but I'm gonna let my friends share some of their stories.
Hey there, Nathara here. I'm going to recount to you some paranormal stories from my teen years. I'll start off by setting the background, the scene if you will, about the house my family and I moved to that's nearing 150 years old at this point. There have been at least 2 recorded deaths in it, and given the circumstances, I'm surprised there weren't more paranormal occurrences that happened to us while living there. I'll recount only the 2 bigger stories I had personally living there, because there were some small things off and on, like random noises, and just seeing shadow people vibing in the corner, doing their own thing. Now this event happened not too long after we moved in. I was sitting in my room when I heard my mom's closet door slam, and I heard my name called. So I got up, went to her room, and she wasn't there. So I asked, "Where are you?" thinking that maybe she moved to the other room. And that's when I get a response that said, in a loud but at the same time whispery voice, "I'm here." So I'm a bit shocked at this point, thinking, did I just talk to a ghost? So I go downstairs, find my mom, and ask her if she said anything, but she didn't. Yeah, I think I had a bit of a conversation with a ghost upstairs. Something fun and casual like that. Kind of unnerving, but more cool. Now, this next story is about a spirit board I used with my mom and dad's friend. He didn't know much about the house's history except for just how old it was. It was late at night. My parents were sitting on the couch, and we were sitting at the table with the board in front of us. And that's when I ask it, "Is anyone here?" And then we get a response. The planchette moved to SC, which happens to be the initials of the guy that died there, which was in the next room over from us. This definitely got a rise out of my mom and dad and me, and we tried to communicate with it further. However, that's all we got out of it. While this was very cool, very interesting, it was also very, very, very dangerous, because we didn't have any prior experience to using a Ouija board, and we had no proper protection set up against that. Yeah, a lot of bad stuff could have happened. It's not a good idea. It's really not. But as far as we know, nothing bad happened. Those are the 2 bigger stories living there. There are lots of other smaller things that happened. And, of course, my mom and dad had different experiences, but those were my personal ones. I want to thank you, Sharky, for inviting me to do this. See you later.
So I have 2 kind of creepy, kind of scary stories for you. The first one has to do with the home I live in now. This home is my great-grandma's home. She was a short little Filipino woman who had to stand on a step stool just to look into her bathroom mirror. and we had moved the stool to another room since we had no need for it. Well, I remember laying on the couch, and from the couch I could clearly see into the bathroom, but I was watching a movie, just laying there, and something just caught my eye. So I turn and I look, and I see kind of a dark shadow. It's just a short dark shadow, and it looks like it's trying to look into the mirror. And I just sit there and I watch, and it disappears. As quick as it was there, it was gone. So I just sit there confused for a moment. I just go back to my movie, thinking I saw something. Like I'm just tired. I see it again a few other nights. So I think this has to be my great-grandma. So I take the step stool and I put it in front. I see her stand on the step stool to look in the mirror. Well, a dark shadow, but my fiance is like, it's in the way. So we gave it to my grandma to hold on to. So every now and then I do still see a dark shadow in there, and I've seen it throughout the house. My second story has to do with the home I mainly grew up in. It was my parents' home, and I swear that my bedroom was haunted. All these stories for this room, I was always by myself. The first one is I was laying on my bed watching some cartoons, nobody's home, and next thing I know, the back of my head on the bed just goes, whoom. Something just like pushed the whole head of my mattress up. And I'm just looking around like, what? I look underneath my bed, nothing's there. The other thing that would happen is I'd turn off the lights. Up towards the ceiling I could see like orbs of lights just floating around, and then they'd disappear. Sometimes I'd see them for a minute, other times it would be much shorter. And I'd tell my friends, look, watch up over here, you'll see them. And my friends would be like, nothing's there. Maybe they only showed themselves to me. And the creepiest thing that happened though was I was laying in my bed at night, laying there, and all of a sudden I hear footsteps outside my window. No people, no cats, no dogs, nothing. So I close my blinds all the way, I turn back, and I just start flipping through the TV like, okay, let's just take my mind off this. Everyone else is getting ready for bed, and all of a sudden, my closet door flies open. Scared me to death. I've never jumped up and ran out of that room so fast. Like, they thought my closet was too full, and you could hear when it closed, and if you pulled on it, it wasn't coming open. You had to really turn the knob. It just flew open like someone kicked it as hard as they could from the inside. But those are my creepy, scary stories.
So, I was always kind of like sheltered as a child, and even now, I don't really get too much out of my comfort zone, so I don't have like a lot of spooky, scary stories. But growing up, my grandmother used to work at this antique store called the Tea House. It was kind of like a little cafe, but they also sold like antiques, little knickknacks and stuff. Every day, my grandfather would pick me and my brother up from school, and then we would drive to the next town over to pick my grandmother up from her job. And, I really like going in there. My grandma would always buy me a Beanie Baby because they sold them there. So I would always run in there and, go pick out a Beanie Baby. The thing about the tea house is that it used to actually be a house that people lived in. To my knowledge, it used to be owned by two sisters that both lived and also died in the house. If you're in the front rooms and the kitchen, you kind of just forget that it's a house because they changed it enough to where it is like a little cafe. However, going to the bathroom in that house, you could tell they used to have a bathtub in there that they covered up. And going in that bathroom, it had a very off feeling to it. Like going into like a stranger's bathroom. So that might be because it was very much common knowledge among the people working there, and also me, that this place was supposedly haunted by the sisters that had owned the house previously. So I'd always try not to be alone. I didn't like being upstairs at all, because that's where, like, the sisters' rooms were. The tea house had a room upstairs that was always locked. Nobody ever went inside it. It was just permanently blocked off. I believe it was a bedroom. So one day, me and my grandma, we were looking for Beanie Babies. They didn't have any that I wanted downstairs, so we had to go upstairs. And then we keep looking through, and then there's like a thump coming from the locked room. And the both of us, we just book it downstairs. I just clutch onto a Beanie Baby. I'm like, this one's fine, let's go. Then later on, while we're paying for the Beanie Baby, the front door of the tea house, it just flies open. I kid you not, no one was outside to just throw open this door. And the people that work there, they're like used to it. They're just like, oh, it's just one of the sisters. And I'm just like, oh my god. So I actually did witness some of the paranormal activity that the workers there have seen, because I did spend a lot of time there with my grandma. And I've heard stories from her and like other people that worked there. Items would end up being broken when they went in the next day. You know, my grandma swears she saw like a floating nightgown go by one night. And eventually it did get closed down because the owner didn't want to deal with it anymore. They kind of put in like a biker thread store into it. I don't know if it's still haunted. I haven't been in there since. Like, it closed down, and that was like years ago, so I'm not quite sure. Quite a few years later, me, my mom, my grandma, we all went into this other antique store that was more local. They had this painting, like an old painting. It was like a bust of a woman, and my grandma's like, oh my god, that's one of the sisters. That painting is from the tea house. You know, it was accurate. It was actually a painting that the antique store had bought during like the tea house's closing sale or whatever. It was like this weird coincidence. So yeah, that's kind of my only ghost story I have, Sharky. Bye!
Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.